So, Donald Trump's rally in the Bronx in New York this evening just concluded, and this was a rally that the Trump campaign hyped up as the biggest thing all year. He's in the Democrats' backyard, and he's really going to stick it to them. Except it ended up being an unmitigated disaster, a total failure by Donald Trump and his campaign. Look, I've said this before, but I have no idea why the Trump campaign continues to send him out there to do rallies, because every single time it goes terribly. He goes on these conspiracy-filled rants, he gets confused. Every time he speaks, he's cutting campaign ads for the Democrats because what he says is just so unhinged. So I have a couple of clips from this rally to show you, and we'll discuss a little bit, but man, was this just really bad. So the first clip I want to show you is at the beginning of Donald Trump's rally, a lot of the attendees, people who are wearing MAGA hats and Trump shirts, left early. They listened to him speak for like 5-10 minutes, and they were like, yep, that's enough for me. I'm out of here. Seriously, it's crazy. Take a look at the clip. Yeah, now the crowd at this rally was already quite small, but that's a lot of people leaving early. And as I mentioned, these aren't like tourists in New York who are curious about what's going on. They just want to attend the rally just to fulfill some curiosity. No. These are Trump supporters. They're wearing his hats, they're wearing his shirts, they're flying the flags, and they're heading out. They're leaving early. They were there for maybe 10 minutes after the speech started, and even they were sick of what they were hearing. This is the exact same thing that happened at Wildwood, New Jersey. Before Donald Trump ended his speech, he was still rambling. Before he ended, people were heading onto the boardwalk to go home. So we're seeing this trend in Donald Trump's last couple of rallies where people are leaving early. And in this rally in the Bronx in New York, people left really early. Like, they were sick of it. They were out of there. And they went home. And look, honestly, I don't blame them. Because the rally, as I mentioned, was awful. Trump was sweaty. He was confused. He wasn't laying out any policy. He was just screaming. So I predict that they went there thinking that Donald Trump is like this gladiator who's just so impressive. And when they got there, they were severely disappointed by the performance that Donald Trump was putting on. So head out, go home, get some rest, save yourself the time. And now at least those Trump supporters in question know not to go to another one of his rallies, because every single time it's the exact same spiel, just a little bit more crazy every single time though. So aside from that clip that I just had to show you, here are some clips of him talking. And the first one I want to show you is Donald Trump bragging about putting on his pants. Now hold your laughter, because I'm not joking here. This is real. He said this at his rally. I'm just as baffled as you are. Take a look at that clip here as well.
Some of the greatest days of my business career were in the toughest times, but I enjoyed waking up every single morning and go to battle. A lot of people say to me today, the toughest business people that you know about, could I ask you a question? How do you do it? I say, do what? How do you get up in the morning and put your pants on? Where do you put the pants on? I'll explain it to you someday. How do you do it? How do you get up?
What? How do you put the pants on? How do you put the pants on? I'll tell you one day. How do you put them? What is this guy talking about? What is he talking about? He's rambling about nothing right now. This is nonsense. This is nonsense. He's not laying out a policy. He's not telling a life story. He's not doing any of this. He's bragging about putting on pants, and apparently business people have asked him how he does that. What are we doing here? I mean, what are we doing here? Why are people even thinking that this is a choice between Joe Biden and Donald Trump? Biden's not doing this stuff. He's not spewing nonsense. He talks about serious things every time he speaks. Donald Trump is bragging about putting on his pants. My God. And the supporters just eat it up. They were clapping the entire time. They were loving it. They were loving the story about Donald Trump getting dressed. I mean, seriously. Seriously. Incoherent nonsense. And it's always so funny to me when I watch these clips that this is the guy Republicans not only nominated, but they think is healthy and he's fit to serve. They say that Joe Biden is not, and that there's something wrong there. But Donald Trump, the guy that's bragging about putting on his pants in the morning, is apparently the healthy gladiator that they want to send into battle to deal with Russia and China and all these different countries. It's so laughable. If it wasn't real, I'd be laughing a lot more. But it is real. This is the Republican nominee for president, and there are a lot of people out there who somehow, magically, support this guy. So aside from whatever that was, here's a clip of Donald Trump talking about immigration at his rally, and as you can probably expect, not good. Here it is.
Not necessarily people that are going to help us as a country. We want to be nice. We want to be respectful. They're coming from so many places we don't have any idea. In many cases, we don't even know what the language. You know, you have languages that people don't even know about. We have languages where there's nobody in our country that speaks these languages. They're coming from places we have no idea what's happening with our country. The flood of migrants.
Once again, I'm left wondering what on earth this guy is talking about. So let me just get this straight. People are coming in from countries we don't know about, and they're speaking languages we don't know about. Is Donald Trump okay? He's making up countries now that apparently the United States and nobody else in the world knows about, that people are magically coming from, and they speak this magical language that nobody in this country knows, and they're coming in through the southern border. These magical countries that don't exist and languages that apparently nobody knows, they're coming through the southern border. This man's not serious. I mean, I've said this so many. This man is not serious. He doesn't have serious policy. When he's talking about the issues facing this country, he's not doing it in a way that's productive or effective or going to push the needle any further on this issue or going to inspire people to get something done. What he's doing here is making up hyperbolic nonsense on the spot, like fake countries, fake languages, to try to rile up his base. And that's why the intelligence level of MAGA has just, over time, just gone down dramatically. Because apparently there are fake countries out there with fake languages, and nobody knows what's happening. Nobody knows except Donald Trump. It's this cult stuff that we see all the time. It's cult stuff. And as a friendly reminder, which we should be talking about every single time we reference immigration and Donald Trump and Joe Biden, Trump killed the immigration bill. Biden, along with Senate Democrats and Senate Republicans, had an agreement on an immigration bill that did a lot of things that both parties agree on, and Donald Trump killed the bill. He brags at his rallies, says, quote, "Please blame me. I killed the bill. Please blame me." That's what Donald Trump says. So when anytime he tries to lecture us about immigration, especially when he's just making stuff up, we should remind our fellow Americans out there who may disagree with us that Donald Trump is the reason that the problem persists. So for everybody keeping count, Donald Trump has now talked about putting on his pants and fake countries and fake languages. Really bad. So the last clip I want to show you is Donald Trump bragging about his record as president surrounding people of color, because the Bronx is obviously a very diverse population. So let's see what Donald Trump had to say.
African American jobs were the best in history. Asian American, the best in history. Hispanic, the best in history. Women, people with the...
Really, Donald? Is that so? He's claiming that under his presidency, black unemployment was the lowest, Hispanic unemployment was the lowest, women's unemployment was the lowest. He's saying that he's the best president for minorities and women and their unemployment rates. Well, as you can probably guess, that's not true. That is false. Completely false. Matter of fact, President Biden owns that title. For black unemployment, Hispanic unemployment, and women unemployment, Biden has been better than Donald Trump. Black unemployment was at its lowest rate under Biden, along with Hispanic unemployment, and unemployment for women was the lowest it's been in 50 to 70 years under Joe Biden. So Donald Trump just bragged about achievements that Biden actually achieved. So MAGA, Trump supporters out there, welcome to Biden's campaign. If you want to brag about these fake achievements, you think they're so great, how about you join the side that actually has these achievements under their belt, aka President Biden and the Democrats? We'll welcome you with open arms. Anybody that wants to come and vote for Joe Biden, I'll have you on our side. No problems, no questions asked. Come on over. So that's the rally. There was really not much to report there in terms of positive, as there never really is with any of Trump's rallies. It's just this, as I mentioned, incoherent nonsense, ramblings, and confusion from Donald Trump that we get so often these days. So I'll leave the video there. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe down below. It goes such a long way. Also, drop a like on the video, comment, let me know what you think about this all. Seriously, I'm genuinely curious. I'm excited to read what your guys' commentary is on all of this. And as I always encourage, make sure to share the video with anybody you think needs to see it. And as always, I greatly appreciate you, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.